What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for new coaches, content creators, and entrepreneurs. Now, in this video, I'm gonna answer a question that I get so often sliding into my DMs, and that is, Vanessa, why am I not growing on Instagram? Why does the Instagram algorithm hate me? Am I shadow banned? All these things. Well, I'm here to tell you that before you jump into conclusions, thinking that Instagram is out to get you, that the algorithm sucks, or that you are shadow banned, I highly encourage you to watch this video because I'm going to go over the top real reasons why you may not be growing on Instagram. So if you're interested in learning more about this, then keep on watching. All right, so reason #1 of why you're not growing on Instagram is probably because you don't have a clear focus. Now, what exactly do I mean by this? Well, I'm basically saying that you don't have a clear niche. When someone goes onto your page, they're not sure why they should follow you. Are you a fashion page, a travel page, a makeup page? Are you a motivational page? Are you just a simple, beautiful selfie page? Why should someone follow you? If you don't have a very clear niche or a clear focus for your account, then it doesn't really give a good reason of why people should follow your content and engage with you. Now, if you are someone who's struggling on how to find a niche, I highly recommend that you check out this video right here so I'm not repeating myself and you get the content that you need that goes really in depth on how to find a niche. But basically, if you don't have a clear focus, then why should people follow you? Now, let's say you're someone who's watching this video and you're like, Vanessa, I do have a niche. Well, my second question to you is, are you communicating your niche clearly? Because you also want to realize that your bio is one of the very first impressions that someone is going to have of your account. And if your bio isn't inviting and it's not clear on what you do and your content doesn't match your niche either, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, if you need help on crafting the perfect Instagram bio, make sure you check out this video that I have right here that goes more in depth on it. But the idea here is that even though you have a niche, your profile needs to be able to clearly communicate that niche so that in a split second, someone can easily determine whether or not they want to follow your account. Now, I kind of already touched on this, but the second reason why you're not growing on Instagram is because you're posting irrelevant content. What this means is that in your mind, you might think that you're a travel account, that you're a beauty account, that you're a business account, all of these things. But if your content isn't truly reflecting that and you don't have a clear understanding of what your audience really wants from you or what they find valuable, and you don't deliver on that, then that's going to be a huge problem. People are either going to unfollow you or they're not going to follow you at all. Now, if you want more help on how to create the perfect Instagram caption, or you want help on finding content ideas, I highly recommend that you check out these two videos that I have right here because they're definitely going to help you. But essentially, the idea is that you got to make sure that the content that you're doing is truly intentional and that it's not irrelevant to your audience. This means that instead of guessing what your audience likes or only posting things that you like, really do research. Go on forums, go on polls where your ideal audience is hanging out and look at what they're posting. Look at your competitors and see what they're posting. Really make a list of all the questions, all the fears, all the desires, all the interests that your ideal audience has and create content around it. Because like I said earlier, if you're not doing intentional content, then you're really not giving a reason for people to follow you. Now, speaking of making irrelevant content, the next reason why you're not growing on Instagram is because you're using irrelevant hashtags. Relevancy is key on Instagram. People want to engage with content pieces that are truly relevant to them. However, even if you have a niche, even if you're creating content that truly sticks, if you're using the wrong hashtags that aren't truly targeted to the people that you're trying to attract, then even if you attract all this traffic, it's never going to convert to a follow because you're not attracting the right people in the first place. And the reason for this is you gotta think about hashtags basically as if they were keywords. If you are a beauty influencer and you're using fitness hashtags or you're using hashtags like follow for follow, you're not really going to attract the right audience. Even if your content is on point, even if your niche is on point, if you're attracting people that are from the fitness industry, even though you do makeup, that person is never going to follow you because your content is not relevant to them. So if you could be a little bit more intentional with your hashtags and making sure that you're using the right hashtags that's going to attract the right audience for you, it's going to be able to have a higher conversion and higher chances of people actually following your account. Now, obviously, there is a lot to say on the topic of hashtags alone, so if you want to learn my hashtag strategy, make sure you check out this video right here. And if you also want more mistakes to avoid when using hashtags, also check out this video that I have right here as well. It's really going to help you to not get shadow banned and all of that. So make sure you check out this video so you continue your learning on this topic. Now, moving on to the fourth reason of why you're not growing on Instagram is because you're not engaging. Something that you need to know is that Instagram is on an interest-based algorithm, meaning that it's only going to show you content that you're truly interested in or that you've engaged with in the past. Meaning that if you are not engaging with your audience or you're not giving opportunities for your audience to engage with you, whether it's through DM or through comment section, then it's going to decrease the chances of your account actually showing higher on the feed post or higher on the Instagram story feed. That's why it's so important to ensure that when you're on Instagram, it's not just a one-way street, and it's a two-way street where not only are people engaging with you, but you're engaging back. You're increasing the chances of Instagram really seeing that you are an account that they like to engage with. If you're not leaving any opportunity on the table to do this and you're just not engaging at all, then it's going to really hurt you in terms of gaining visibility for your account. Now, moving on to the fifth reason why you're not growing on Instagram, and that is because you lack consistency. Very similar to any social media platform like YouTube or Facebook, Instagram rewards the content creators who are consistent and who allow their audience members to stay on the platform for longer. Like I said, this is the exact same way for YouTube and the exact same way for Facebook as well. For me, even though I'm someone who doesn't really post on the feed every single day, I still try to make sure I'm at least on Instagram stories every single day in order to ensure my consistency, but not only this, to make sure I am always top of mind with my audience. When you become more consistent on the platform, whether it's using IGTV, feed posting, or Instagram stories, it's not going to only increase your exposure for your account, but it's also going to increase the chance to engage with you. And like I said earlier, because Instagram is on an interest-based algorithm, the more that they interact with your account, the more your content will actually show up on their feed. Not only this, if you increase your consistency and the amount of times that you're posting, it's also going to increase the chances of someone reposting your content, mentioning you on their stories, and all of that, which will then introduce you to new audiences, and therefore you're going to get more traction on your account as well. Now, obviously, for feed posts, it doesn't mean that you need to be posting every single day. However, at minimum, I highly encourage you to at least post on your stories every day because it doesn't take too much time from you. And also, like I mentioned in this video right here, more and more Instagram stories is becoming a lot more popular. So I highly recommend that you actually take the time to be at least consistent on your Instagram stories. Now, moving on to the next real reason why you may not be growing as fast on Instagram as you would like is because you're not getting external traffic. I personally believe that it takes a platform to grow a platform, and if you want to accelerate the growth of your Instagram account, you should be planting your Instagram handle on sites outside of Instagram. This can be as simple as making sure that the cover banner or the contact information within your Facebook profile shouts out your Instagram handle. It could also be reposting your Instagram posts to Facebook so that people can see that and go to your Instagram account. It could also be something like updating your email signature and adding your Instagram handle. It could be creating a YouTube channel or a podcast and making sure that you're shouting out your Instagram handle so that people can follow you. There's so many different ways that you can drive traffic to your Instagram account, but if you truly want to accelerate your growth and 10x your growth, I highly recommend that you are getting off of Instagram and making sure that you're driving traffic to your Instagram in order to get more followers. Now, on the topic of driving external traffic, 10xing your followers, and all of that, what I want you to do is actually click the notification bell, because in the next video, what I'm going to talk about is how I grew my Instagram account to 35,000 followers organically without using any bots or any sketchy tools. So if you're interested in learning step by step how I grew to 35,000 followers, then make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video. In the meantime, while you wait for that video to be public, I highly recommend that you also check out these two videos that I have right here. I talk a lot about social media, content creation, entrepreneurship, and coaching. So if you like any of those topics, I think that you'll really like these two videos here as well. As always, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.